I've been looking at people and how they change with the times. Lately all I've been seeing are people throwing love away and losing their minds. Maybe it's me who's gone crazy, but I can't understand why all these lovers keep hurting each other when good love is so hard to come by. So what's the glory in living? Doesn't anybody ever stay together anymore? If love never lasts forever, tell me, what's forever for? And I see love-hungry people trying their best to survive, when right there in their hands is a dying romance. They're not even trying to keep it alive. So what's the glory in living? Doesn't anybody ever stay together anymore? And if love never lasts forever, tell me, what's forever for? So what's the glory in living? Doesn't anybody ever stay together anymore? If love never lasts forever, tell me, what's forever for? This is a book that was written by a Southwestern writer named J. Frank Dobie, and it's called The Mustangs. And I want to read you this poem as an introduction to this next song, because I grew up around horses, always admired the freedom that they seem to represent. And this is a real nice poem about the wild horses. The wild horses in our country were wiped out in the 1930s due to something called dog food. It was the first time that dog food had ever been marketed in cans, and the population of wild horses in this country went from the millions down to the hundreds in just a few short years. And there are really very few wild horses left today. And the song I'm about to sing is a kind of a tribute to the spirit of the wild horse. And here are a few words that I think you might appreciate if you like horses. And it says something about people too. He says, I see them running from the Spanish caballadas to be free, from the Mustangers' ropes and rifles to keep free, over seas of pristine grass, like fire dancers on a mountain, like lightning playing against the horizon. I see them standing, sentinels of alertness in eye and nostril, every toss of maned neck full of grace, every high snort bugling out the pride of the free. And yet I see them vanishing, seas of grass shriveled to pens of barbed wire property, the wind racers, the wind drinkers, bred into property also. but winds still blow free and grass still grows green, and the core of that something which men live on believing will always be freedom. So sometimes yet, in the reality of silence and solitude, for a few people unhampered a while by things, material things, the Mustangs will walk out with dawn, stand high, and then sweep away, wild with sheer life, free from all confines of time and flesh.
She comes down from Yellow Mountain on a dark flatland. She rides on a pony she named Wildfire, whirlwind by her side on a cold Nebraska night. They say she died one winter when there came a killing frost, and the pony she named Wildfire busted down his stall. In a blizzard she was lost. She ran calling wildfire, calling wildfire, calling wildfire. So by the dark of the moon I planted, but there came an early snow. Been a hoot owl howling outside my window now, 6 nights in a row. She's coming for me, I know, and on Wildfire we're both gonna go. We'll be riding wildfire, riding wildfire, riding wildfire. On wildfire we're gonna ride, gonna leave, start busting behind. Get the hard times right on out of our minds, riding David Hoffner, folks. David Hoffner. All aboard now.